What if I told you you could have severe food allergies to something you ate every day and have no idea? That they could be behind symptoms that bother you on the regular. Sound bonkers? Yeah, 'cause that's what I used to think too. Turns out, I was very wrong. According to some experts, this should not have been possible. I lived my whole life with pretty severe food allergies and had no clue. I had episodes of nearly blacking out and severe vomiting and diarrhea that just seems to happen out of the blue numerous times, and had no idea these were triggered by specific foods. Allergists at the time told me it was impossible to not know you have food allergies. The reactions are supposed to be obvious, right? You eat something, you react immediately, case closed. When the skin prick and blood test results came back, my allergist was baffled. It was positive for several things, all of which I had been eating my whole life. So, how is this possible? And more importantly, could this be happening to you too? Today, I'm going to be talking about 3 science-backed explanations of how even severe allergic reactions can be hidden from us. First, natural opioids. Some foods, when they start to be digested in the body, break down into morphine-like substances. The most well-known is gluten exorphins, which have proven opioid effects in the body. Acting like powerful painkillers, they can mask the damage being done on your intestinal lining and function. That's why the majority of patients diagnosed with celiac disease actually lack its classic symptoms. In fact, they could be without any noticeable symptoms at all, and this is called silent celiac. Gluten is not the only food that does this. Milk opioids called casomorphins may also have a similar effect. And even certain vegetables such as soy and spinach contain proteins that can be converted to bioactive exorphins. Your body's own endorphins may play a role here too, secreted to manage the pain that is being caused by your problem foods. I suspect this because there is a strong tendency that your problem foods are the ones you crave the most. Sadly, this was entirely too true for me. If you find a food especially addictive, these natural opioids, whether from the food itself or from your own body, may be affecting you. Second, chronic exposure. If you unknowingly consume your problem food all the time, all your life, your body adjusts to this the best it can, just barely tolerating it, and you have chronic symptoms that you can never pinpoint the cause of. This has been described in conditions like FPIES, short for food protein-induced enterocolitis syndrome. FPIES is the most severe and recognizable among non-IgE-mediated allergies. It was first identified in its acute form when babies have severe vomiting and sometimes diarrhea, leading to a dangerous drop in blood pressure. But then it was found there's a chronic form as well. Imagine a cow milk allergic baby who had been supplemented with formula from the very start. They are chronically unwell and have some vomiting and diarrhea that just seems to keep happening, but it is not as intense as the acute case. Because the offending food is eaten frequently and symptoms are ongoing, the cause and effect relationship becomes impossible to spot. And finally, multiple allergies. If you have multiple food allergies, the symptoms each allergen is causing is going to be all muddled by the symptoms other allergens are causing, making it again hard to know what is causing what. I strongly suspect all 3 of these mechanisms were in play in my body. First, I suspect I too was affected by gluten exorphins. I think my whole nervous system may have been dulled by them, because it was only after I went gluten-free that I could feel for the first time when something was causing a problem. Within a few weeks, I started to recognize my other allergies. And then the chronic versus acute reaction. When someone with chronic FPIES happens to eliminate the food they are allergic to for some time and then eat it again, they have a much clearer reaction. This is exactly what happened to me when I tried elimination diets, most notably with milk that I drank every day my whole life. When I stopped for a couple of weeks, it basically unmasked the allergy, and I had such a strong reaction that I thought I might die. And there actually have been fatal cases reported in similar scenarios. This is why even when you think you don't have an allergy, you need to be super careful when doing an elimination diet and challenge. I'll dedicate a future video to this. Finally, it turns out I was allergic to multiple things, and the milder ones were overshadowed by the more severe ones, only revealing itself after the others were identified. Kinda like peeling back layers of an onion. As I said, I got tested. I had heard that most adults who self-diagnose with food allergies are actually allergic. I don't entirely agree with that now, and I was in disbelief that I had lived my whole life without knowing. And my skin prick test confirmed positive for several allergens. I'm still astonished that even severe reactions were masked enough that I couldn't find the cause, despite ongoing suffering. If you are finding this helpful, please like and subscribe so we can reach more people with this information. Thank you. With what I know now, how can you tell if you or someone you know might have hidden allergies? Here are some sneaky signs that completely flew under my radar. All manner of gastrointestinal issues, abdominal pain, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, vomiting, difficulty swallowing, heartburn. Irritation, bleeding, or scarring anywhere along your gastrointestinal tract, from frequent mouth sores to throat irritation to bleeding and itchiness on the other end. Various skin problems, itching, swelling, adult acne, tiny red spots all over the body, that weird thing where you can write on your skin and it stays raised, and skin pain when touched. Brain and mood symptoms, brain fog, irritability, depression, even hypomania. Scary issues with your heart and circulation, rapid drops in blood pressure, dizziness, especially when you stand up, and your heart beating too fast. Female problems, including severe PMS symptoms, painful periods, and unexplained infertility. Other physical symptoms that could seem unrelated: headache or migraine, frequent urination, body aches, frequent muscle cramps, joint pain, chronic sinus problems, dark circles under eyes called allergic shiners, glue ear, fatigue, sleep disturbance, even teeth grinding. Another weird one was hunger pangs less than an hour or two after eating. I personally felt this the most with gluten, but also with some of my other allergies too. I was constantly hungry and just assumed that was normal for me. It was another one of those things that I didn't even realize I was dealing with. Since going gluten-free, I only get hungry when it's actually mealtime. Some people with celiac apparently have the opposite experience and become ravenous for a while when they go gluten-free, as their body tries to catch up to all the nutrients they couldn't get with damaged intestines. How many of these symptoms do you see in yourself? To be clear, similar symptoms can happen whenever our immune system is chronically on fire. Hidden infections, autoimmune disease, even long COVID, because most of these symptoms are from your immune system trying to protect you, not from whatever is provoking it. Histamine intolerance or mast cell disorders also have similar symptoms, which also can have an overlap with hidden allergies. This is why it is critical to have medical professionals on your team so they can help accurately rule out or find the cause. I talk about hidden food allergies because that was the cause in my case, and I feel it is still an underestimated and easily dismissed cause in many cases. Another clue you may have hidden allergies contributing to your problem is a family history of allergies. The allergic tendency is genetic, but how exactly it shows up can vary quite a bit. My entire family tree had various shades of atopic disease: childhood food allergies, eczema or atopic dermatitis, chronic sinus problems, which were probably hay fever, to lifelong gastrointestinal issues. If you know someone who might benefit from this, please share it with them. Have you discovered hidden food allergies? Share your story. It might help others connect the dots. Next week, I'll be back with several more ways that allergies can hide and have atypical presentations. In the meantime, if you suspect you might have hidden allergies, these are the first steps I recommend. Write down all your symptoms that currently bother you. If you haven't already, please go see a doctor about them to make sure you are not missing any common cause. Start tracking your symptoms and any other thing you think might be contributing to it. These could be foods, mold, pollen, stress, menstrual cycles, exercise, heat, cold. See if you can spot any patterns. Make sure to write it all down. It's hard to remember what you ate even just a day ago if you don't. If you can do this for a month, it can yield useful information even if the patterns aren't apparent right away. Have a wonderful week and keep on healing.